What up, world? Peace and love spread throughout the ether. This message goes with love, man. Hope y'all receive it with love. If you're not receiving and feeling this vibe already, go to the next video. Leave my page. This ain't for you. You ain't ready to receive it yet. What I want to talk about right now is how you can heal yourself with your mind. You don't believe that? Peace out. You're interested in knowing? Stick around. You might find something very interesting. But what I want to tell you today is that you can literally heal anything going on in your body with your mind. Because everything that's going on wrong with your body is because of your mind. It starts with what you're thinking. So by saying that, I'm going to prove, one, I'm a prime example, but y'all won't believe me if I told you I'd do it. So I'll just show you some documents. The first document, the document I want to show you is this right. Can y'all read that? Department of the Army. They were working with the, where is it? Oh yeah, there you go, I'm sorry. The U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Company. See that? All right. So this paper here, or this document here is, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, pointer. There's an operation. Oh, right there. The Gateway Project. Y'all probably heard about that. A lot of y'all heard it, but I ain't read it. Well, I read it. Did some notes on it. Studied it. Tried it. It works. It's true. In this document, it talks about hemisphere synchronization, or hemisync. With hemisphere synchronization, you have to realize that, well, let me jump back. First and foremost, for those who don't know, you have two hemispheres to your brain. You have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. Your left hemisphere is what they call your logical hemisphere. Your 2 + 2 needs to equal 4. In my field, I like to say your left hemisphere is your brain. Your left hemisphere can only record the present and evaluate the past, okay? The left hemisphere only knows what it has experienced, and it can't see anything other than that, okay? Now you have a right hemisphere. Your right hemisphere is your imagination. Your right hemisphere is in the future, the present, and the past, okay? It has the ability to tell you or to see things in the future, okay? But the problem is the left hemisphere is the gatekeeper of everything that you know in the physical world, or everything you're confident in the physical world, if that makes sense. Because the left hemisphere is the keeper of the physical world. Why? Because the left hemisphere is what I like to call the brain, right? The brain was born when you were born here, born yourself. So you are only able to evaluate what's going on now and tell yourself what happened in the past. That's your brain, okay? Now the mind is what I like to call, it would be your right hemisphere. That is your imagination. That is your creativity. That is the real you, okay? So the left hemisphere is the gatekeeper of all knowledge, of all, I'm not gonna say of all knowledge, but the gatekeeper, no, that's wrong, not the gatekeeper of all knowledge, but the gatekeeper of knowledge that you're gonna have in this physical world, the things that you're going to accept, rather, okay? So what we need to do is we need to get to a point where the left hemisphere allows the right hemisphere to flow imaginations where they can come true, okay? But the left hemisphere will stop the imaginations because some of the things that the mind or the right hemisphere thinks of has never happened. So therefore, the left hemisphere cannot say it will happen, okay? So in doing this, Gateway Project figured out the barrier for this. What we have to do is we have to go into a state of hemisphere synchronization, or what they call hemisync. where your left hemisphere and right hemisphere are vibrating at the same frequency, where that your right hemisphere can now take over. Okay, your imagination, your inspiration, all the things you can think of that your left hemisphere says, yeah, you can't do that. You will now have a confidence to do it. Okay, now that you know that, I need you to realize there's 3 ways that you can go into hemi-sync. Okay, meditation, boredom, and sleep. You go into hemi-sync every night you go to sleep. This is why you wake up in the morning. Sometimes you have answers to questions it was so difficult for you the day before. You like, why did I ain't think of that? Or you're just laying in the bed and you're like, you know what? I know exactly how this is going to work out. That's because when you sleep, you are now out of the physical world and you're more in the astral world, spiritual world, heavens, however you want to call it. And then this is where you know all. You can get all information that you need and bring it back to the physical world if you're able. This document states that you can do that. Okay? So, but what we have to do is first and foremost learn how to synchronize, get on a frequency where our left and right hemisphere are synchronized, because the right hemisphere is so powerful that when they do get synchronized, it takes over the left hemisphere. Makes sense? All right. So, and when that happens, when your right hemisphere takes over, that's when you're able to heal yourself. That's when you're able to do the unimaginable. And this is when, and it's done like through hypnosis. That's a prime example when they do it. They get you bored in hypnosis, bored, meditation, sleep. And after that, they tell you something like bark like a dog. You are a dog. And your right hemisphere is in and you really think you are. There's a lot more to that technique, but that's not what this video is for. I want you to realize in this video that your mind is your power. You are wherever you are in this world or in this life because of what you're thinking. Your physical attributes are your physical attributes because of what you're thinking. You want to change any of that, you have to change what you're thinking. And it's not easy, probably because the worms that are in your body, the things that you're eating, and you're not synchronizing your hemispheres. You're too damn logical. You got to get out of the logic. Because if you are from a small town in Kansas, you've never seen anything else in your life, how much imagination are you allowing to flow? How much logic is really dictating your life when you haven't seen anything to evaluate? Making sense? Excuse me. I wanted to read this section out of the Gateway Project real quick. Let me figure out what part I want to read. This says, let me see. I'm gonna read it, then I'm gonna put it up there. Talking about healing yourself. I'm gonna skip all that and I'm gonna go down to this highlight. So if it don't make sense, it's because of where I'm starting to read it. It says, in this way, I want to start there. I'm gonna go here. At that point, the subject can mentally associate the sensation experienced with the results achieved and can begin to emphasize by memory recall the same process to cause its strengthening by affirmations and repetition. So affirmations, repetition, right? This is how we're going to do this. What are we going to do? It says, in this way, pain can be blocked. Healing can be enhanced. Malignant tumors can apparently be suppressed and ultimately destroyed. The body pleasure sensors can be stimulated and various whatever. But I just want y'all to see the healing part. Where is it at? Here we go. Read that. Affirmations, blah, 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 blah. Am I even going the right way? Read that. Leave it up there for a second. You see that? What page is that? I don't even know what page that is. But that's under the biofeedback section of the Gateway project. I was talking about your right hemisphere going and getting all of this knowledge, has all of this knowledge, your left hemisphere doesn't. It's right here. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna let you see it. It says, his higher self, in other words, his expanded consciousness, to interact with the universal hologram to obtain the information required to solve the problem. This approach may be used to solve personal difficulties, technical problems in the realm of physics, mathematics, etc. Leave it up there. The yellow part. You can get information from the hologram, from the earth, from the ether, from the world, from God, whatever you want to call it. But you got to learn how to synchronize your hemispheres. All right? I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to do it with worms in you. You're not. You're not going to do it with chemicals and metals in you. It's very important that you learn how to fast and get that crap up out of you. Okay? That's all I got for this video, y'all. Peace and love spread throughout the evening. Until the next one.